Hey, this is Brian. I'm back for another video. I got some bullet points I want to go down and talk about Donald Trump. I've never seen a better litmus test of a guy than what's going on right now by the number of industries and people that are against Donald Trump. You got the mainstream media against him. Hollywood is against him. You know, the rich and the powerful around the world are against the guy. His own party, RNC, the people, you know, who run and control it, the elites within the RNC and the bigger names, they're against him. Of course, the Democrats, not all the Democrats, actually there's a lot of Democrats that are for him. It's just the establishment Democrats and the machine that's against him. The United Nations is against him. Virtually the only people that do support Donald Trump is we the people, or the little guy. And you know, based upon that fact alone, that who's against him and who's for him, I've never seen a better litmus test since Ross Perot, really. And I just cannot get my head around why, you know, people I know do not support the guy. You know, he's not perfect, that's for sure. He's kind of a Captain Kirk. He likes women, but he's a hell of a leader. And we need somebody in there that's going to clean up this mess. And this is a counter argument. You know, if you're on the fence, if you don't like him, if you don't like Hillary, and you're looking to vote for a third party, you're just going to stay home, this is something you need to take to the bank. The media is against him, and they're doing everything they can to stop him. So if he is elected, you can count on the media being there to keep his feet to the fire. However, if you vote for Hillary, they're going to protect her, they're going to cover for her, and you're not going to know the truth about what she's doing while in office. So let that sink in terms of, if you think they're both bad choices, who's going to receive the most scrutiny if they are elected president? And I think you cannot come to any conclusion other than, you know, Trump's going to receive the scrutiny, and the fourth estate of the media will do their job with Trump, but not with Clinton. Now, if you're freedom leaning, if you believe in the Constitution, if you're libertarian, constitutionalist, independent, you know, you're the people that I'm speaking to in this. Just think about the Supreme Court. We've got so many justices that are getting old. I mean, I don't know what the number is as far as the average age of the justices, but they're getting old, and there's going to be a lot of, in the next 4 to 8 years, there's going to be a huge turnover in the Supreme Court. And I truly believe our First and Second Amendments are on the line. And just ask yourself, is it worth sitting on your hands? Is it worth voting for a third party, which will ensure Hillary Clinton gets the nomination? If you do, you will be a part of that. You will be a part of the reason that the First and Second Amendments suffer if Hillary Clinton becomes president. So I implore you, I plead with you, vote for Trump. If you have to hold your nose because you don't think he's a great guy, I think the bad things that's going to happen with Clinton is far worse. She is against free speech. She's been on a number of issues. There's been a number of issues where she's just been horrible. Take the Laugh Factory. She wanted to know the names of the people who were making jokes about her. There's some articles on this. The Google, you know, like all the big Google, Twitter, all them, they're so much in the tank for Hillary Clinton, and they've imposed you know, a blackout on free speech. Basically, if you look at Google and you do the search for her names, the autofill is always something positive for Clinton, nothing negative, or it sends you in different directions. So they want her. YouTube, they've demonetized so many channels that talk negatively about Hillary. They demonetized their videos. And now they got the Heroes. YouTube started the Heroes, and YouTube is owned by Google. So they are coming out censoring their own platforms in favor in favor of Hillary Clinton. The Fairness Doctrine and the FCC, they will, if Hillary is elected, get rid of talk radio as we know it. They will censor right-wing radio and take away that freedom of speech that we've had. She says opposition websites don't have a right to exist, and there's numerous articles on that. I'll be showing them here. Now, Trump has said some things, that would make you, might think he's against the First Amendment, because he said something about libel laws, and in the past he's had some wobbly positions on the Second Amendment. I think these are things that are off the cuff that he said that he later figured out. I don't know, but if you've got a really strong stance on that, and you think Trump is lying, and he really is against these things, again, it's the media. Who's going to be more critical of Trump, or who's going to be more critical of Trump or Clinton if they're doing things in office? Is it the media going to be more critical of Clinton, or are they going to be more critical of Trump? Are you going to know, is the fourth estate, the media, going to inform you as to what they're doing? And if Trump does do things against these amendments, it's much more likely that there's going to be publicity about it than if Clinton is in there. They're just going to cover her and promote what she's doing. And on the Second Amendment, I really feel that everybody knows that Clinton is against the Second Amendment and for the right of law-abiding citizens to have guns. She's had a long history of being against it. She wants to repeal the PLCAA, which is the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act. That act basically protects arms manufacturers from being sued and sued for frivolous lawsuits that could wipe them out. So that's one angle that the left wants to use, is to sue firearm manufacturers and ammunition manufacturers to basically drain them into bankruptcy. That would to destroy the Second Amendment in a large way. I don't think that they can just come right out and destroy the Second Amendment, because it's the Second Amendment, but they can definitely do things incrementally to destroy the Second Amendment and ammunition and just make it almost pointless. And then again, the SCOTUS, Supreme Court, if she packs the court with anti-gun justices, you're going to see the reversal of stuff like the Heller decision. And this area, it's not going to be good. So if you value your Second Amendment, you have to come out and vote for Donald Trump. I don't know what else to say about it. You have to. For the First and Second Amendment, those are the most important reasons to vote for Donald Trump and not allow Hillary. If it's maybe you're not voting for Donald Trump, but you cannot let this woman get in. And frankly, if she does get in, they're going to double down on the illegal immigration. They're going to let in more people that will vote Democrat in future elections. And basically, you will become a stranger in your own land, and your vote will be so diluted that it won't matter. It just simply won't matter. Is 2,000 years of Western civilization going to end this election because you decided to vote for a third party or sit on your hands? And what about this great experiment in the United States? If we let in all these people who don't understand our civilization and what it's taken to get here, and they just vote for Democrats because they get freebies or welfare or who knows what, it's over. You've got to stand up and protect what our ancestors had fought and bled for. And for my friends and associates and people I know who don't get this, it's not a game. This is serious stuff here. I just don't understand why we're going to be going to the way of Rome. We've already started down that path, and I honestly feel that it's the internet and this mass communication that may allow us to cheat that fate of so many cultures in history. If we can just, the average person, the little guy out there on the street can understand and see what's going on and not be hoodwinked by the corporate masters of media. And Donald, he's rocking the boat. He's shining light on the corruption, the collusion, the cronyism, the bias, the secret deals, the manipulation, all this twisted civilization rotting crap that's been going on for so long. Trump really represents the best chance that we the people have. He could be this is the one shot we have, I feel, before it's too late. He could be our real champion to represent us in the presidency. Now look, if Trump gets elected, it's probably going to be gridlock. Like Jesse Ventura said when he was governor of Minnesota, you'll never see Democrats and Republicans come together like you see them come against a third party or, someone in office that they don't like. And really, Trump is like a third party candidate in many ways, because the establishment of both parties do not like him. But the thing is, Trump gets in, it will slow things down. Gridlock is actually a good thing. Things have been going so fast, and we've been going so fast in a direction that is so anti-American and so counter to the history and purpose of our country. It needs to be slowed down. Trump gets in, yes, it'll be gridlock. The fight just begins. He will shine a light on all this stuff. The transparency will become better. The entrenched corruption will be aired out. It's something that we desperately need. We need to see this stuff come out into the open. And Trump's already done a lot of this by showing the collusion and so much of the biases in our system. And if he gets in, it'll be even better. And however, if Hillary gets in, this march toward, nation-killing sovereignty in favor of globalism, it'll hasten. She's going to double down on this stuff, bring in more people, immigrants, and that don't support or understand, our system. It's not that they can't understand. It's just they're looking for people who will vote for Democrats when they bring them in. Obamacare, it'll probably become a one-payer system under her tutelage. And I don't want to see that. You've already seen what they've done to the system. Our rates have increased, our copay has increased, and it just raises my blood pressure every time I go to the doctor. Our culture is going to be diluted with open immigration, and I think as a result we will start to see a balkanization of the United States. There will probably be an increase in the secessionist movement. Something like the Free State Project's going to gain more. Texas nationalist movement. Separate things up in Northern California, I think they call Cascadia and Jefferson, different secessionist movements around the country will probably gain as a result, and this balkanization will hasten, and the United States as we know it will not be the same. It could even lead to a civil war. There's a great movie I wanted to show you guys. Hang on just a second. Okay, so speaking of Civil War, there was a movie that has never received much. It's called The Second Civil War. It was kind of made as a comedy, but the truth of it is very interesting, or what it says. It has a lot to do with immigration and states. In this particular one, Idaho seals its borders off and secedes from the Union, and then the United States federal government sends in troops, and then other, Montana, North Dakota, and even like New Jersey or Rhode Island, they start sending in their National Guard troops to support Idaho, and everything breaks down and it becomes, a bloodbath. I don't want to see that. That's a great movie to go see. It was an HBO special. It was never in the theaters or anything like that. But yeah, go watch it. And it came out in the late 90s, early 2000s. I think it says 2005, but I'm not sure if that's right. But anyway, we could be looking at it. And then this crap with Russia. The Democrats want to go to war with Russia. Trump wants to make peace with Russia. Work out deals. I don't know. It's an easy choice to me, and it has been ever since he announced last June 2015 that he was running. I was on the bandwagon because I followed the guy for a while. We need somebody like him to make these changes. It's getting so bad that a stately, calm, even-keeled type person such as Ron Paul couldn't make the changes. You got to have a caveman like Donald Trump to go in there and really, shake this system up. And you don't get a chance like this very often. And I think it's our last chance to really put somebody in office that's going to stand up for we the people. So please, you got to vote for the guy, okay?